Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to do a poem named Amanda. This poem is written by Robin Klein. So, firstly, I want to tell you something about Robert Klein. Robert Klein is an Australian author of books for children. She writes children's and young adult fiction. Some of her famous works are Hating Alison Ashley, People Might Hear You, etc. So basically, Robert Klein, she's an Australian, and her most of her books are written for children and young adults. Now, the introduction of the poem. The poet has expressed the views of a little girl, and the name of that girl is Amanda. That girl is constantly pointed out, especially by her mother, for making mistakes. Now, what are these mistakes? Mistakes which she considers. She here means her mother. Her mother considers so as they are not part of the code of good conduct laid out by the society in which we live. As you all know that in the society in which we are living, there are some good code of conduct that everyone has to follow in his or her life. So, like that, the mother of Amanda, she also wants her to lead a life that is acceptable by the society. So, let us start with the very first stanza of this poem. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. First of all, I'll tell you the difficult words in this stanza. First is hunch. Hunch means to bend the upper body forward. Slouching means to sit, stand, or walk in a lazy way with your head and shoulders hanging down. Now, here the poet says that the mother is pointing out Amanda for biting nails. Why she is pointing her out? Because she thinks that nail biting is a bad habit. Now, next, she asks her to sit straight without bending her shoulder. She wants that she should not hunch her shoulders. She should not bend her shoulders. Amanda, who has habit of bending her shoulders and sitting lazily, is being pointed out because her mother wants her to sit in the right posture. Now, when her mother is saying all these things to Amanda, she is engrossed in her dreams. Now, what does she imagine? So, let us read in the next stanza. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Now, in this stanza, first of all, I'll tell you the meaning of all the difficult words. Languid here means relaxed, emerald means a bright green precious stone, soul means only, inhabitant means a person that lives in a place. Fifth, drifting means moving slowly, and blissfully means extremely happy. Now, at this point of time, when she is being scolded by her mother, she imagines herself to be in a deep green sea. So, why deep green sea? The sea that is relaxed and it is green in color. So, she says that she wants to be the only resident of this beautiful green sea. And she imagines herself like a mermaid who is living alone in that green sea and leads a life in a very relaxing way. So she wants to move slowly and she wants to be extremely happy. She wants to be carried away by the current of water and feel the relaxing environment there. So, this means that she wants some freedom because her mother is always pointing out her for her bad habits. Now, third stanza. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Now, again, here the poet says that now Amanda's mother, now she is inquiring her about whether she has done her homework or not. And then she asks her whether she has cleaned her room or not. Moreover, she is also reminded to clean her shoes. So here we can see that the mother is constantly asking her questions regarding her homework being done or not, whether she had cleaned up her room and shoes or not. So again, she is questioning her. She is asking so many things to Amanda, and she is also asking her to do those things. But now in fourth stanza, what she imagines, what she thinks. So I'm an orphan roaming the street. I patron soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Often means a child whose parents are either dead or gone missing. Roaming means to move about aimlessly. Hushed means very quiet and still, and bare means uncovered. Now, when her mother is inquiring about whether she has done her homework or not, she has cleaned her room or not, or she has cleaned her shoes or not. On the other hand, while Amanda is listening to her mother's instruction, she imagines herself to be an orphan who is roaming in the streets. So now why she imagines herself as an orphan? Because there is no restrictions on her, nobody could say anything to her. So this means that she imagines if she would have been without parents, she would have walked freely in the street. Nobody is there to instruct her or to scold her. So what she could also do, she would have drawn designs or draw different patrons on the soft dust with her uncovered feet very quietly. So we can say that she thinks very opposite to her mother. Her mother wants her to keep everything neat and clean, but Amanda wants to play in dust with her bare feet. Now, moreover, she is so fed up of these constant instructions from her mother, or you can say she got irritated when her mother gives her lots of instructions, so that she says that silence is golden. Now here, why the silence is called as golden? Because silence is very precious to Amanda. She wants some peace, she wants to lead a peaceful life. So she, that is why the silence is golden to her, because it is very precious to her. She further says that freedom is sweet. Now why freedom is sweet? This means that she never feels free when she is with her mother. She wants to enjoy her freedom, as her mother is always nagging her or is always scolding her. So that is why she imagines herself to be an orphan, so that she could live a life that she wants to live. Now, fifth stanza. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? Now, in this stanza, Amanda's mother is disallowing her to eat chocolates. She reminds her of pimples that Amanda faces due to eating chocolates. At last, again, she scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. So, in society, it is expected that whenever some elder is talking to you, so you should look at that person. So it is a symbol of respect that you give to your elders. So whenever they are instructing you, whenever they are saying something to you, so you have to look at them so that it shows that you are listening to them very carefully. So that's why her mother says that her mother scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. Now in sixth stanza, again she imagines herself to be a character of a fairy tale, and the name of that character is Rapunzel. So this Rapunzel was a character from a fairy tale, so that was captured in Tar by a witch, one witch who had captured Rapunzel in a tower. So she imagines herself to be Rapunzel, and the witch who captured her, she used to climb the tower with the help of long hair of Rapunzel, so that were let down by her through the window. And with the help of her long hair, that witch climbed the tower. But now, here, Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she feels that life in the tower will be very peaceful and unusual. She thinks that there she will be free and she live a very peaceful life in that environment, a very peaceful environment that she enjoys in that tower. Again, she also confirms to herself that she will never let her hair down to anyone, especially anyone is especially for her mother. She would never let down her hair down so that nobody could come to her in the tower. So basically, why she imagines herself to be Rapunzel and she wants to live in that tower, because she wants to lead a very free life. She wants some freedom. She doesn't want that every time her mother or her parents is nagging her or scolding her. She wants some freedom. She wants to enjoy the life, free life. Now let us move on to the last stanza. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. So here sulking means to be upset and nagged means scolded. Now Amanda's mother. Now she warns her for behaving in a very odd manner. She asks her to stop being in a bad mood, or moreover she blames her of having such an unstable mood. She also scolds her by saying that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being scolded or harassed by her mother. So she, the mother of Amanda, she does not want that anybody could think that the mother of Amanda was very strict, or she harassed her daughter, or she scolded her daughter. So she wants that she should not look upset. So here in this poem, we can say that though Amanda is always pointed out by her mother on every small thing, but she can't react to this. She just lost in her world of imagination. So we can also say that the children in their teenage, they want some freedom. No doubt the parents should also have control on their children, but they should also give some freedom to the children so that they should not feel suffocated. They want some freedom. Now, the poetic devices in this poem. First is illusion. Now, what do you mean by illusion? Illusion refers to well-known imaginary creature. For example, the mention of mermaid and Rapunzel. So these are the imaginary creature that has taken from the fairy tales. So these are imaginary creature. So this is called as illusion. Next is anaphora. Anaphora means repeated use of a word at start of two or more lines. So for example, in line number 1 and 2 of this poem, in the very first stanza, don't bite, don't hunch. This don't word is repeating. So this is used as anaphora. Next is assonance. Assonance means prominent vowel sound in a line. For example, this line is taken from the poem, will you please look at me when I am speaking to you? So here O sound is very prominent in you, look, to and you. Here in this line the O sound is very prominent, so this is a vowel sound. So it is which device? Assonance. Next is alliteration. Alliteration means repetition of a consonant sound in the beginning of a word in the same line. For example, stop that slouching and sit up straight. In these three words, stop, slouching, sit, S sound is repeating, and all in all the three words, S is in the beginning of the word. So that is why it is called as alliteration, because consonant sound comes in the beginning of a word in the same line. Next is repetition. What is repetition? Repeating of a word or phrase. For example, in whole of the poem, Amanda word is repeated again and again. So that is why it is called as repetition. Again, next poetic device is metaphor. Metaphor means use that is used to compare two things. For example, in this poem, two metaphors are used very beautifully. First is silence is golden, and the second one is freedom is sweet. Now why the silence is golden? Because silence is said to be glorious like golden color. It is precious like gold. Freedom is sweet. Why freedom is sweet? Because freedom is said to be sweet in taste. So everybody wants to enjoy his or her freedom. So it seems sweet to Amanda. So freedom is sweet. Silence is directly compared to golden, and freedom is directly compared to sweet. Now last, the home assignment. So write the summary of the poem in your own words. So this is the home assignment, so that you have to do in your notebooks. Thank you and have a good day.